y'all, come on in. We're so glad you're here today.
Hop in the car. We're on the way to the carnival for Marcus's birthday.
It's a Christmas morning with the Barbershop Duet.
Hi, I'm Marcus Klinger with Klinger Vocal Studio.
And I'm Sarah Vincent with Sarah Vincent Virtual Pilates.
But on Wednesdays and Saturdays.
We are the Barbershop Duet.
Hey, y'all, come on in. Thank you for finding our little barbershop. We're so glad you're here. Your chair is always open. And if you happen to be here during one of the live premieres, why, come in the live chat and meet the Whip Pack, a cool group of folks from all over the world hanging out. They'd love to meet you, too.
They would. And for our mention today, we would like to show you our razor company razors.
Yeah, y'all, these used to be the only two you could get, but recently they have added a plus plate, a plus razor, and a titanium razor, and the reviews are insane. Y'all, this was the first one I picked up. This is the aluminum. This is a phenomenal razor for the price. When you are ready to leave the Henson and those training wheel razors, this might be your pony, and the stainless steel one for when you want the razor to do the work is also a beautiful addition. This does not have little dots on the cap that the aluminum one does, but y'all, we are excited to try the plus plate from the razor company too. I don't know if you can get it on its own yet, but if you can't yet, it's a coming. And what is our soap today?
Our soap today, we recently found this one during the Black Friday sales, and we both decided, no, this needs to go into the Marcus Fund for the birthday here.
I didn't know what I wanted to do for my birthday, but when I saw funnel cake, y'all, this one's a no-brainer. Let's meet the show. Y'all, from our very first 345 episode when we opened Aces over Eights and found a custom poker chip to use as a scooper, we have been devotees of 345. And y'all, they blew our skirts so far up on Black Friday we could not see straight. We got 4 of them. The pickleball soap. And y'all, this one, a carnival? This might as well have my picture on it from the sales page of 345 soap.
It's fair season. The carnival rides, the lights, the smell of funnel cake in the air. Summertime at its best. We wanted to do something fun. So, Carnival Americana was made. Sweet smell of funnel cake, cotton candy, cedar, and vanilla.
And y'all, what I am most excited about is it's not just a cotton candy and funnel cake note that they put in this. It is balanced out with some perfumer's touches. Cedar, vanilla. Y'all, get in line for the line ride because we are going to open this box.
All right, birthday boy, you get to do the honors here.
We'll do the unboxing on my birthday. Let's see if we got a note. Oh, it's the invoice. Okay. Oh.
Something pink in there.
Yo.
What is it?
What is that?
It's a little friend.
Ziggy Piggy.
Too bad Lana can't hear. She'd come running.
Where's the deaf dog? This artwork.
So many colors in here.
Yo.
I don't even know what to tell you.
Y'all.
Look at all that.
Tell me that just seeing that artwork under the popcorn doesn't just light your fire.
You get
did
it.
not
You know.
see the pickleball one yet,
Nope.
but you did. See this. This is my favorite label for the last quarter of 2024.
We can
Look
have summer in
at that.
December, right? Why not?
I'm gonna. And we're gonna go on the Ferris wheel, which
All the
scares me to
things.
death. And we're gonna
Doing
go
it.
into the haunted house that's usually a flatbed truck
The
during
fun
the week.
house?
Y'all, mysteries and wonders lie ahead when we have our first impression.
I think we're ready.
I wish I knew what this was a reference to.
It's super cute, though. Did you win that at the fair? You got some fun at the carnival?
Maybe that's what it was. You can trade in 300 tickets for this. All right, you know what? I think I want you to have the first bite
Really?
of funnel cake so you can tell me a
you
little bit
sure?
about it. Just let the anticipation build.
Okay.
Here.
It has been a while since we've been to the carnival, so, you know.
And when was the last funnel cake you ate?
Oh, it's a good long time. I want to say maybe at Disneyland, but we're talking like 10 years ago.
Funnel cake's one of those things when you see it, you just know you're asking for nausea in 25 minutes, but it's
it
worth
smells
it. It's
good.
so worth it. Last one I had was a trip to Marine World with my sister.
Marine
alone
World?
in 1998. And I
It's
had
not even called that
a
anymore.
funnel cake. Y'all, I mean, I've had enough churros to basically build a small cabin. But funnel cake, it might be safer in the shave soap for me than it actually is in the real funnel cake. All right.
I
here,
just
take
remember
it
the
in, see
powdered
what you
sugar, like trying not to inhale it, like while you're trying to eat.
And it comes on like 9 doilies because it's so oily and delicious.
You're like, there's no recovering after this
no,
mess, but
I know.
worth it. Okay. Woo-wee. I just remember funnel cake, to me, smelling like the bougiest, fanciest donut possible.
Right.
You know, like in that category.
It's like eating a 90-foot-long donut that has all been swirled together in the
I'm
oil.
drooling already, you know? Oh, he's dark, y'all. That means there's... Oh, I'm smelling
Vanilla in
things.
there. I closed my
over
nose.
there.
I am already talking like I have a
Just
cold.
from what they did with the apple pie one, with the other one, you know, like,
right.
I'm thinking
Our
the gourmands
Fleet
are a
Street
thing.
Barbershop, right? Absolutely.
All right, 3, 4,
take
5.
this in.
We'll see.
Fresh cut feet.
Party is in session. Okay, I didn't know that I knew funnel cake until I smelled it.
Yeah, what do you get?
Okay, there's definitely vanilla in here, but like the perfect drool-worthy amount.
Right.
And somehow it's not like, you know, a donut has sometimes filled with things.
Right, yeah.
No, I know that it's a funnel cake because of the sugary essence that's there.
Just the dough? Mm-hmm. Nice. I had somebody comment on our Fantasy Donut episode. Do you just get sugar and brown sugar, or do you actually get the yeast of the dough? And I was like, oh, no. They actually put the yeast in the... So you're actually getting the dough here, huh?
Okay, but this... Like, it smells so sweet, I'm getting cavities just smelling it. Just, it has that, like, childhood, like, gimme, kind of like, I need to eat it all.
Love it. Now, you just get the funnel cake, or you got some powdered sugar going on there, too?
Oh, no, I walked into, like, a funnel cake shop.
Nice.
I'm surrounded by the funnel
And
cakes.
then cotton candy, they mentioned. You get that as well?
That's what it is. Because I was like, it's not a glaze on top.
Right.
There's something else, kind of almost strawberry sugar, like this color.
Right.
I don't know what this color tastes like,
There we
but
go.
that's what I'm smelling.
Nice.
And it's, yeah, like when you go to the carnival, you want to eat all the things. You want the cotton candy cane stand. You want the funnel cakes. You want all the things.
Your hunger monster awakens at a carnival. I don't know why, but when I go to Disneyland, I just eat nonstop.
It's true. But you walk a lot of it off, right? You're going to all
Right.
the things. So it's
25
okay.
miles.
It's okay. That is totally cotton candy. I'm glad you reminded me because I knew it wasn't just funnel cake, and I was really having a hard time figuring it out because it's not like a bubble gum. It's not something else. It's not ice cream. Cotton candy.
Can you tell the difference between the funnel cake and the cotton candy, or did they kind of melt together in the middle?
They're really good friends, but you can tell that something is a little more doughy and something is a little bit more on the sponge sugar, fruity kind of a side.
Right.
And I do think there's a cedar at the back of it. I remember reading something that I think it said cedar and vanilla. Like there is something that I almost feel like at the Santa Cruz, like, you know, the wooden coasters, same thing at our Marine World had a wooden coaster. Like there's something about like that old school carnival-y vibe that is there just subtly in the background so you don't feel like you walked into a candy shop. There's other things there.
Right. Well, you cannot get funnel cake at Disneyland. You have to get it at little carnivals. You have to get it at Santa Cruz Beach Boardwalk. You gotta go to those slightly more dangerous, slightly less regulated places.
Then maybe that's how long ago. When you asked me, it might have been the last time I was at Santa Cruz. It's been a while.
Now, there are two notes in this that are not necessarily carnival. There's cedar and there's vanilla. How are those helping balance things out?
They're oddly there throughout, but I don't think your brain is aware of them until you get past the cotton candy. And it kind of is like, okay, now I can smell the vanilla leads into the cedar.
Right.
There is something super fun and childlike, though, like for best 5-year-old birthday of like, I want to go do all the fun things.
Right.
That's in here. But then at the end, you can kind of step back after you've gotten past the sweeter side of the whiff. And I do get the vanilla is almost like the calming part that leads into the cedar.
I do know that Paul the Kiwi shaver calls cotton candy fairy floss, and I'd love to know what that's about.
Brilliant. Well, it's definitely in here. You can hang out with the fairies flossing in here.
I'm so excited because I put on my jeans the other day and realized I need to cut back on my caloric intake, but I can just go to the shave den and smell these all I
Yes,
want.
you can. And I feel like all of the birthday sweet tooths will be sufficed by this wonderful carnival adventure.
I'm so excited. All right.
You got to
pass
get your nose
this
on
over.
this.
Let me
I
see.
think the Americana side is just really helps us know it's like those traveling carnivals.
Right.
It's more that vibe. It really is. We like to eat a lot of sweets.
Well, and as American as apple pie, I mean, y'all, the carnival is so iconic. Hot dogs. I mean, it is Americana, right?
Okay, I
All right,
feel
here we
like
go.
you're going to have a nice, long, yummy whiff. See what you think.
Brilliant. Because, look at my face. It doesn't go too sweet. Right? A little surprising, I know. But if it did, the sweet would have been too loud a voice, and everything else that gives the funnel cake that character you love, that gives the cotton candy that character that you love, would have been drowned out by the sweet. The sweet is not the prominent note, and I think it's the cedar that's helping do that. What a masterful blend this is. Okay, hold on. And absolutely, for me, the funnel cake and the cotton candy have two different characters. And what I love is that the funnel cake on one side has sort of this frosted sugar drizzle on it, and the cotton candy on the other side has sort of a vanilla musky thing going on. So there is a line down the middle and the most gentle of tug of wars going on between them. So you can sense they're different. There is movement there. Oh, hold on.
It is like the aromas walking around at the carnival.
The cedar under the surface, y'all, that is what's giving this life. Because without a stage for this to play on, I don't think it would have been as prominent. I don't think it would have been as real. The cedar is just sort of giving it the sense of the booth that you're buying the cotton candy from. Wow, and the vanilla is not sitting in here in a character that you know as vanilla. It's what's adding the sweet, and it's why it doesn't let this get too sweet to the nose, and it doesn't let that take over the character of the soap.
It's got a good potency, like the volume of the scent, but you need that much room in the scent to get both sides, I think.
And it's sitting at about a 2.5, right in the center, and that beautiful donutty character of the funnel cake is probably the doorman that needs you to shake your hand. And he's probably got a lot of tattoos.
I think, to me, I was going to say like a 3.5, but maybe I just haven't had as much sugar as recently.
It might be. Sometimes, depending on what I've just smelled or what I've even had for lunch, my scent intensities can be a little bit different. That's why I usually take a little time after the episode before I shoot the How It Shaves section. But I bet you there might be some interesting twists and turns to discover when we add some water to this, because with our 3, 4, 5 soaps, there are some beautiful characteristics that pop out in the lather. I love the color of this thing. Look at this.
I'm so getting more of that doughy side. Like right where you scooped, I can get that.
Yeasty. It's beautiful. Y'all, this is my Haley's Artisan Sunday morning bowl, I call it, because it looks like I got breakfast cereal and sprinkles going on. I'm going to spray some water on this and do the patented Barbershop Duet Vertical Blue. So I'm going to bring almost a completely dry brush. This is a Trotter brush. It is a natural hair badger brush, so I did give it a little bit of water, but I didn't actually soak it. All right, and the goal here is just to load that soap onto the bristles of your brush. And if you have this Haley's Artisan bowl, just load your soap into the ridges on the bottom. The honeycomb along the sides is a little bit too deep for most brushes, and all you need is just to give it a little bit of a hiding place so the brush can find it against the bottom of the bowl. And look at the color of this lather that's coming out already.
So it's such a real version of this scent. It's funny. Like, I think when I was little, this is what I would have wanted my lip smackers to smell like.
Absolutely.
They didn't get close. They were like way too that fake version. There's something here that's way more real. But as a kid, I would have enjoyed this scent if you could have put it in a little chapstick.
100%. And then, y'all, once the soap is pretty much loaded onto the bristles of the brush, go down and grab the rest of your water. Let it sob up onto the bristles. And now,
it does have a little tint to it. Like this vanilla color is definitely in there.
Either ready for the best face lather you ever saw or the best bowl lather of your life, or leg lather for the ladies.
Their favorite carnival ride or game that you used to always do?
The haunted house on the back of the flatbed truck. That was always my jam.
I could see that. That's funny.
Yeah, there was a little carnival that would come through Rodeo, California every year at break camp in front of St. Patrick's Elementary School across from the Bonner's Playtime Day Nursery, where I went for daycare when I was little. I hated it. I pooped on the floor. I did. I was very little, but I remember it. It was a form of protest. It was. Y'all, I know we never comment on lather here at the Barbershop Duet unless it is absolutely extraordinary, but with 3, 4, 5, it is absolutely extraordinary. This is generally a thirsty brush, but y'all, look at this. It is just giving and giving. Is that a beautiful lather? And y'all, we love to watch Sinatra Lennon lather the face, so while we don't do shaving here in the Barbershop Duet, we will show you what this lather looks like on a dry face. Are you kidding me with this? And going on with this brush?
Yeah.
Y'all, look at that and feel the bristles against your face.
Oh, it's very nice.
Right? Y'all, beautiful, cushiony, and formulated so that it is the perfect consistency to not clog your Henson razor. So if you are a newbie like we have been the last year and a half, what a fabulous soap this is.
Super
because I didn't even realize it was clogging my razors for like months. I didn't know what was going on.
This is super slick, and I'm really getting more of the vanilla coming through, I think. And maybe the cedar even. Like, there's something more in here after you lather.
The cedar and the vanilla are binding together in this. This is wild. And then meeting the cotton candy and the funnel cake. Whoa.
They all really do have their moment in there somehow.
And so much more of a sense of, like, the powdered sugar on the outside of the funnel cake. That is here, y'all.
Yeah. I really want to take a bite, but don't eat your soap.
And I love that they didn't go further. I love that they didn't put caramel on the funnel cake or strawberries or cherries, because it would have robbed you of the experience of being able to smell a super realistic and beautiful funnel cake glaze sitting in your hands with a cotton candy chaser.
I really do get the cotton candy separate now, like the more that I'm smelling here.
And y'all, I do love my Aventuses. I do love my green Irish tweeds. But about a third of the time, I love my Fruit Loops. I love my fantasy donuts. I love my dork York peppermint patty soaps. I love going back to my favorite snacks in my childhood because, like for my grandma, food meant love. And a lot of times these snacks were kind of given by her at some of the most fun times in my life. And I kind of like to revisit those moments and give my inner child a little something to enjoy in the show.
I completely agree. And it's always the days that I'm not expecting that I want to smell one of those are the ones that I end up using it. And it really does heal the soul on some level.
Y'all, you can't even see the sprinkles anymore. Are you kidding? Look at how this lather is just coating the bowl.
So I know there's only 4 of them technically, but let's go back and check these scent notes for a little bit.
Yeah, we might have missed something. Y'all, Sarah's right. I'm going to promote this in scent intensity to a 3.5. This is really jumping out beautifully. Back to the sales page at 345 soap.
Sweet smell of funnel cake. We got it. Check. Cotton candy. Check. Cedar and vanilla. Okay, we remembered them all.
Beautiful.
Good for us.
What a balance. And I feel like in your imagination, if you can imagine the most beautiful funnel cake, cotton candy, cedar, and vanilla you can, and kind of put them together, you're not going to be far from that. The key is letting your imagination run wild. Imagine a fabulous funnel cake. And imagine you can even smell the little crispy bits where the oil's done a little bit too much work in the fryer. Those are in here.
It's something like even how bright these colors are. Like the potency, the vibrancy has been turned up into a childlike way.
You know what's funny?
What?
This is the first time I am seeing the color pink.
Oh.
Just like the label. I see blues all the time. I see tans. I see browns. Y'all, this is the first time I am seeing a glorious magenta sunrise.
Oh, see? Magic. You are at the carnival.
Love it.
There is not a strawberry or something in there, but somehow my brain was getting this like bubblegummy pink kind of color. And now once you said cotton candy, I'm like, oh, that is the color for sure. I just didn't realize that that's what I was getting.
My favorite carnival game is the one where you'd put like a fishing line, like in the movie Pollyanna, over like a wall, and they'd attach a prize to it. You could lift
give
it
you
up.
a little tug.
Yeah. The one I really wanted to win growing up was a fish in a Ziploc bag. But then I was like, wait a minute. How do you get it home? What do you do once you get home? Put it in the bathtub?
You carry it all day? What happens?
Y'all, like giving out kittens. It's like, hold on, you got to think about this.
My grandma said when they used to go to the fair, they would give out chameleons and they were on a little string, they'd clip to you. And I was like, well, what happened after?
When Disneyland was first opened, you could fish in the river and they'd clean and gut it for you?
I'm glad times have changed. We get funnel cake and cotton candy.
It's a bra underwear store on Main Street. You can Google that. It was called the Wizard of Bras. They had no shame. Y'all, that's Disneyland. Let's not even talk about what was going on at Carnival. There was even a carnival in Long Beach where there was a dead body that they thought was a mannequin special effect. Turns out it was a guy that was executed for robbing a bunch of stagecoaches. That's why I love carnivals, because when you go in that box truck haunted mansion, you know what you're going to find. And in my magic days, I used to love looking into all the little sideshows and learning about all the different carnival games and acts that they used to have on the Midway. Do you know Richard Nixon started as a carnival barker? That makes a 0 sense.
What was the play that you were in and you played the...
Right. I played the ringmaster in a musical called Barnum, written by Cy Coleman, chronicling the life of showman P.T. Barnum. And it was awesome, y'all. I had to learn how to crack a whip, and I already knew how to eat fire. I actually had the fire marshal from the city of El Cerrito to the theater, and she issued me a permit. And when she did, the producer went, "You're really issuing us a permit?" And she goes, "Yeah, I'm a fire eater too. I think it's really cool to help people get over their fear of fire."
Ta-da!
Y'all, so they had to like close the doors of the theater because if anybody opened a door while I was doing it, the flame might have moved, and like I had to put a screw in it so it wouldn't roll. Like there were things I had to do to get the permit, but I have that thing framed. Yeah, and I had a code word in case it went wrong. So if I ever said thank you after I did it, they would know to call the hospital. But no, it went great. If you know what you're doing and you're well practiced and you're well taught, it's quite easy to do. But make sure you have an accredited teacher if you're going to learn how to do that. Do not try it at home. It helps to also have a crematory where you can do it in. I would suggest that. What a charmer. What does this remind you of?
It's just my inner kid. Like I really think if I was like 7 10, I don't even know, that this is exactly what I would want my lip smackers to smell like.
Right. And wouldn't this be a great soap for like a teenager that's just starting to shave her legs or something like that? Because you don't want a Ventus.
Yeah, if I could have
shop
this,
dress, man.
for
You want something like this.
I think I always tried to get, back when I started, it was the pink can that you could squirt and then you had to kind of foamed a little.
Yep.
This would have been way more fun.
Y'all, the cedar in this and the vanilla, can I just take a second and pour some out for those 2 scent notes?
Yep.
They are doing magical work in this balance. And I feel like if they weren't there, the true qualities of that funnel cake and cotton candy would not even be as perceivable.
And somehow it's helping them be the perfect amount of sweet to know what you're smelling, but not go overboard and just kind of ground it just a little.
And are you seeing how this lather is literally
It's a
taking
giant
over
mess.
this program? We're going to have to take this down a little deeper and have a talk with it. You used to work at Disneyland, the greatest carnival in the history of the world. Do you have any behind the scenes or backstage stories that were fun?
It's funny because both you and I are showman's people, so it's almost unconscious to us to be in the mode of performance. But it was interesting to be behind the scenes, not in our full costumes. They'd have to take us from one end behind the park to get us all the way to California Adventures. Right. And there was a few times when the monorail would go over and I would see people point and I would just be like, wow, we just ruined all the magic. We can't even fix it. There's no way to go back. And where we would step off the parade is how you start. And the hotel, the Disneyland Hotel, was right behind us. And if people were on the balcony, they could see us behind. So you had to really be aware of not ruining the magic.
Right. Fun fact, if you ever see someone walking through Disneyland and they are with someone who is dressed like a lead, but they're pushing a hand cart with a couple of big boxes on it, you know what's in that? A costume, a Disney costume. The costume's in the bottom part, the head is in the top part, and the person they're walking with is about to put it on. There is no system at Disneyland of underground tunnels or anything, so that is how they have to get stuff from one place to another. There is no workable backstage at Disney.
Once you've seen it, you won't unsee it.
Right.
It'll be blatantly obvious, but there are certain areas and parts that you can't get to, especially if there's construction backstage. You have to go through some of the areas. And if you can see where the little gates open, you'll kind of be aware of it. But usually people are eating or walking. They just don't even realize that that's who they're walking by. But keep your eyes open. There's some secrets out there.
The carnival that I went to growing up is very different. I saw a guy going to the bathroom. And let me tell you something. I bring you such glad tidings of great joy. I have never had the scent of a shaving soap so perfectly match the label before in my life. See those colors? They are all in there. See that sense of whimsy and adventure? They are all in here, and I'm going to use this one a lot. We might have to get a second one.
That's true. There's just something about your little kid imagination that feeds into the circus, the carnival, all of that kind of stuff, and it just builds and builds, waiting all year to be able to go, and somehow that is in this scent.
And is there anything less healthy for you on the planet than a funnel cake? I mean, what a perfect thing to put in a shave soap. Because at 3 a.m, I don't have to come out in the kitchen and grab some See's candy. I can just go to the bathroom and smell some of this and save myself a little caloric intake.
That's true. But there is something that I'm really glad that you pushed this in for your birthday. I forget which one we had, but we were like, no. This one needs to make it on for birthday fun.
Something got bumped.
It's fun, though, because I think about 2 years ago, we never would have thought, what do I want to buy to open on my birthday in the scent world? What's the one that I want to have that I picked for my birthday? And when you have that pressure on yourself to pick, we only have 3 spots on that day. What am I going to pick? Is this one I really, I'm really glad the lineup you have has fun, bright colors, cool, awesome throwbacks. It's just kind of enjoying what we could have had in the scent world back for our whole lives. And we get to have them now to celebrate.
And we were talking about this last night. I don't think this shaving soap world is something that most people would take convincing to come into. I just think they don't know about it. I went 12 years with this whole hobby happening right under my nose, and I had no clue it existed. I don't think this hobby is a hard sell. I just think most people have never even seen these. I don't even think they know they exist. So I think our only real challenge is to put these under the noses of our friends and be like, isn't this the most wonderful thing? Because I would have stopped asking for digital pianos long ago, y'all. This stuff is incredible.
And this is way cheaper than going to the carnival.
Right.
Just saying.
Right. And those pianos didn't come with piggies.
No.
Cinnamon. In the last analysis, because there is something about shaving with a carnival shave soap that is a big F-U to everything too grown up in this world. I think we grow up way more than we're supposed to. I think we get older way more than we have to. I think we age way more than our spirits are supposed to. And I think it is things like this that let us remember the truly important things in life. Because nobody on their deathbed ever remembers that third financial report that they wrote. They remember those trips to the carnival. And we get to remember them in our shave day.
I am so glad this came across our laps that you just happened to see it. And
I know.
On a discount. How can we say no? Thank you, Black Friday sales.
So it's pretty simple, y'all. Just be Pollyanna, and you're going to sneak out your 5th story window, down that tree, and out to the carnival with all of your friends on the 4th of July. You're going to be a part of the living flag. You're going to sing your beautiful music. You're going to play that carnival game where you put your fishing pole over the wall, and you're going to pull up the most beautiful doll you have ever seen. And that thing's going to be your undoing, because you're about to get your own. So head over to 345soap.com to check out this and a wide range of other cool stuff. Well, I have been to the carnival, y'all, and a beautiful, intense scent on your face, exactly where you'd want it to be to relive those days of standing next to the funnel cake cart, counting your tickets in your hand. And 345 remains one of my favorite bases, y'all. The cushion, the glide are fantastic. It makes my razor feel a little bit fearless, taking these curves around my chin. And something about this magical consistency does not clog my razors ever. 345, thank you for this. We are so excited about our 3 adventures ahead. Welcome to Messages.
So, for our December giveaway, we wanted to give you a chance to get a full-size soap of our collaboration we have with Adopted Acre.
Hey, y'all, it's called The Night Before Christmas, and it will be available after the 1st of the year, and the very first tub is going to go to our lucky winner. All you have to do to be eligible is send us an email here to wesetyou@thebarbershopduet.com so that we can get back to you. It's the only way we communicate about our giveaways, and then check back here New Year's Day when our Alexa helps us choose our lucky winner here on the show.
Best of luck.
Summer camp, pickleball, the American Carnival, 345, have you been getting my letters?
Apparently they have, and they saw you scrolling through and were like, oh, Marcus needs this Marcus needs this, and this.
Awesome. It's the whimsical fun part of this hobby that we got into it for, and I love artisans that dig into that hard because they know there are fun times that we've had as grown-ups, but the ones that live brightest in our memories sometimes go back to when we were 2 and 3 feet tall. Thank you for letting us revisit this fantastic memory for my birthday.
And there's nothing about the scent that I would change. It's the perfect, like, in your face, in like a kid way of like everything that you love about it. I wouldn't change anything. The seed of the vanilla make it just that little touch of like, okay, adults are smelling the wonderful kid side, but it's there.
That's the best review we could give this. This is as good as my imagination hoped it would be. Thanks, you guys. This was awesome.
I'm so glad you put this through your birthday episode. We got one more to film. I couldn't be more excited. Don't forget your next appointment with the Barbershop Duet.
You'll smell more fun just watching this.